hit the wrong button again. Hi! Jump scare. Hello. How is everyone? I was supposed to do this. But I guess we're just gonna jump right into it. Hello. My layout is a little bit different today, so bear with me as I figure out where the buttons I want are. Hello from the murder birds. Hello. How are my murder birds? How is everybody? Hello, my little starlings. Hi, I saw we had a birthday. Yes, instant. Hi, Siux. It's your birthday, right? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. It is Feely Thursday. It's you. That's so exciting. Different layout, or we're 100% only talking. Yes. The plan. Normally I have my stream preview in front of me so I can see you guys, but right now you're to the side. So if I keep like glancing off, that's why I'm trying to look at you guys. I'm playing, oh boy, Remiel in Zenless? So it's more so Murder Angel. I got so much I wanted, I'm so happy. That's wonderful. I'm so glad that your birthday is going well. Yes, we're only doing talking. Let's see, let me make sure I say hi to everybody. Wings Triumphant, I don't recognize you, but hello if you're still here. Hi Yoshi, Kaz is here, Chris is here. We saw Siux, of course. Hello. Funkster is also here. Hi, Daniel. I just want to make sure I get to say hi to everybody. I miss you guys. Historian's here. Hello. Michael. Squonk. I'm not sure if I called you out yet. Hello. Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. She's the big anniversary character. You pronounced it right. Finally, I get one. Murder Bird would be one hell of a call sign. I might have to barter for it. It does sound pretty cool. I got Sandrone, or Sandrone. How are we saying her name? Wonderful. Congrats. I started Not Cry. Everybody should be proud of me. We all clap. Feely is only a little bit behind now. Hello everyone, it's Feely for Thursday. It is. Oh, everyone, even more important. Our Sandro. Oh, what was that? Oh, I can't see it. Hold on. A subscriber. Well, if you are here in the chat, welcome. That totally surprised me. It doesn't always go off during stream. Feely's actually playing games. I know, but not on stream today. That's the trade-off, I guess. Genshin is going to the next nation in 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, I'm only a little behind. You're gonna be further behind again soon. I'm trying so bad. I don't, because Snezhnaya is like the thing we've been leading up to for like a million years, right? So like I don't want to get too far behind and get spoiled too bad. So I really want to get tissues and hope you have good builds. Oh boy, I have neither of those. Yeah, I don't want to end up accidentally getting spoiled because I'm sure everybody's going to be screaming about it. But I'm so behind. And you know, there's new Fire Emblem news every day. I keep seeing new characters. They look cool. I'm excited. I say this still not owning a Switch 2, but we'll see. Hey, this isn't Tomodachi Life. Shaking my head. Thank you for your support. 15 months is nothing to sneeze at. One day, Tomodachi Life. One day, we'll see. At least you're caught up. I still gotta do Fontaine and Not Cry. What about, I assume you meant Natlin in there? I finished Natlin, like 2 months ago, I think. A month ago? 2 months ago? I got a Switch and Tomodachi Life for my birthday! That's wonderful! I hope you have lots of fun with it. I'm really behind in the stream because the office internet is still going. The office internet arc is still going. Oh, I wanted to do things in the office. Hang in there. Be strong for us, Squonk. I still believe in the Switch 2 edition of Three Houses. It just makes so much sense to help market the new one and explain more of the story of Fodlan. That would be really cool. It would probably help the that one gate at the end of the bridge on your way to the cathedral. I'm getting spoiled today. That's how it should be on your birthday. Oh,
Greetings,
you skipped
Professor.
them. You skipped them to run in 36 months, Yoshi! It's been 3 years as a merc. Oh my god. I feel old. We've been doing this for 3 years. I don't feel like I'm any better at this. We did a tier list. We did a tier list years ago now. Was it in the first year? Thank you so much, Yoshi. You are truly the OG former merc. I appreciate you being here. Three Houses is too new to get a Switch 2 edition. Fire Emblem 4 needs a remake before anything. It's 7 years old. 4 years with the channel. And it all started because of one fulfilled request. Oh my god, only a year and we'll have covered the time skip distance. Oh god. Oh, that's wild. I feel like after like 2020, like time just stopped. Zukes got Chick-fil-A, donuts, new shirts, a mannequin head for my, is it Clurvy? Is that how we're saying that? Wig, a Funko Pop of one of my favorite characters, and money. That is a good birthday right there. That is excellent. I'm so happy for you. For Sigurd's game. I have learned this. From people bringing it up enough times, I have learned this. Mario Wonder got one, so it's not too new. Yeah, I feel like they did some, like, at least like updated versions of Switch games. I don't know. Because I don't have a Switch 2, I don't keep up with the minutia of what they're doing. I don't know. We'll see. It would make sense. 4 is also kind of darker than most. So I have heard. Yeah, I'm not super versed in Fire Emblem history. Anything like pre-awakening, I unfortunately don't know a lot about, but I do get lectured a lot about 4. Mostly because I just thought Sigurd was so pretty. And everyone's like, Feely, he's married. Well, okay, but is the emblem married? Speaking of Switch 2 updates, Xenoblade. Oh, what happened with Xenoblade? Inform me. Let me be Delulu. You can be Delulu. An extended Crimson Flower route would be pretty good. Or they go Fates with a happy ending for all route. I would love a Fates remake. I'm just being selfish. I would enjoy a Fates remake though. That would be fun. I feel like there's just been like so much. But the emblem, Sigurd remembers the end of his game, so yes, he's married and has a kid. Okay. Okay. Is he still married now? Maybe he's a widower. Let me dream. This afternoon, I'm going to my favorite restaurant. I'm getting spoiled. That's wonderful. I'm so glad for you. That sounds like a rocking birthday. I should think about that for my birthday this year. Due to circumstances, I'm having a special birthday this year, so I should think about what I want. That's a future me problem, though. I've got months. New game announced last month, and all 3 are getting Switch 2 editions. Maybe I'll finally play it. My sibling is really into the series, and a friend of ours is really into the series. Maybe I'll check it out. We'll see. Also, I'm playing it, and it's so long. Maybe I won't. Speaking of their taken butt, now due to insomnia, I get to actually listen to understand the newer Tharja ASMR, and I'll have to admit, Robin is a better man than I am. Man, that game, there's just so many fun characters in that game, I think. I would have folded immediately. My bestest friend ever made art of one of my characters. Oh, that is excellent. That is Wonderful. 125 hours of playtime right now. Okay. I think my initial Blue Lions run was around 100 hours. So that's sizable. That's sizable. How much of the game are you through, do you think? Because if that's only halfway through, everyone kiss goodbye any hopes that Feely will play this game. Like 85% of the way done. Okay. That's long, but it's not impossible. I could conceivably do this. It feels Danganronpa-y to me. Which I might be totally off, but like Danganronpa just feels so long. I finished the first one, so there's that. Hey, add that to the list of games Feely has actually completed. I played all of the first Danganronpa. I own the other two. I didn't finish them. But I played the first one. And I played the Ace Attorney trilogy, so there's that. Erase the slander that I finished nothing. Yeah, so to cover what we're doing today, actually, before I forget to talk about it, we're gonna be doing a tier list. Basically, this isn't, if you came here thinking like this is gonna be a tier list of like all of the Three Houses ships, no, sorry. This is a tier list specifically of the Blue Lions options we have in my only Blue Lions but also Ferdinand playthrough. We are including Yuri, because of course I'm including Yuri. But he's kind of the only basement kid I'm focused on. By basement kid I mean Ashen Wolves, I should say that. So yeah, so we're just covering mostly the Blue Lions. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over their paired endings. I'm gonna try not to spoil them, but I do have a list of like summary of the vibes. Yuri as in girl X girl. Oh boy, here we go again. Yuri the character. It's a name. Yuri the character, I'm afraid. I mean, there's not too many, just self-contained within Blue Lions, there's not too many lesbian or sapphic options. There is Annette and Mercedes though. There is Annette and Mercedes. That is a conversation we'll have. So there's that. But I'll give the vibes of what the different paired endings are. We'll rank them. It might help if I show you, actually. We can hop over and look. I have to fiddle with the music for a sec, though. I cut again because I'm ridiculous. I was fiddling a lot with setup, and so I've just gotten into the habit of just auto-cutting. Here we are. Yeah, and the music I think is coming in. Yeah, it's a little bit low. I tried to pick a longer, we used to have this. This is the background music from the Dorothea ASMR, the original one. Oh, now it's getting a little loud. The original one, with her on the docks. It's a longer track, so I was hoping that would give us something to listen to that we don't get sick of while we talk. But now I have to bring back up the chat. Where are you guys? There we go. That should be what I wanted. No. Okay, so here's how this tier list is gonna work here. And I'm gonna be doing a lot of mentally freezing up as I look back and forth. Oh, welcome in, Donut! So yeah, here are my tiers. The options, so this is I couldn't think of a good way to do this. So the best way that I have for doing this is to start with a character. Let's say we're starting with Dimitri. Talk about all of his paired endings and rank them all. So let's say that I'm randomizing this, but let's say that like this is kind of where we ended up, but we went through all of them. And then at the end, whoever had won, which in this case, Didu, of course, we'll lock them in there, and then we'll go through the next person. But we do still have to keep Didu in consideration when we go through that, because we might find out that we thought Didu should go with Dimitri, but actually Didu should go with Didu. Didu should go with Felix, or something like that. It'll make sense as I walk through it. I'm saving by lift for last, I think. That'll be deciding our actual S support. That's smart. I'm glad I did something intelligent. Freezing from the pressure of upsetting the shipping fandom. Yeah, we should talk about... We should probably be like, hey guys, okay. Basic rules. Respect each other. Please. Please, let's be adults. My streams are for adults. You should be adults. Behave like adults. Yeah, this isn't... I'll go over the tiers in a second. Sorry, I am very scatterbrained today. This is not meant to be the objective, definitive, final say. Anyone who's wrong, who doesn't agree with me about this is absolutely wrong. Get your pitchforks kind of a stream. Like, if I say Ingrid and Sylvain are, you know, OTP, the only ending possible, I'm not saying that anybody who ships Felix and Ingrid or Sylvix is, like, wrong. Okay? I'm just saying this is what I have decided based on the paired endings. What paired ending do I most want out of our route? How about that? Because here's the thing. The disrespectful tier is not, hey, these two are a bad ship. The disrespectful tier is, they were done so dirty in their paired ending that I don't want to see it. Which is not the same thing. Ferdy, we all know. Ferdy goes everywhere, right? Scatterbrain today compared to when exactly? You might be right, you might be right. I'm so scattered that I forget what it feels like to be scattered, though, so then I experience it and think that this is a brand new thing. I've also admittedly, the only thing I've drank today is tea and coffee, so don't be like me, kids. I have been running around like a chicken with my head cut off today, to be honest. It's it's a busy day in the Ophelia household. So yeah, wedding bells are like, I couldn't have asked for a better paired ending. We got a wild feeling. Oh boy. I couldn't have asked for a better paired ending. This is like the epitome of romance. I love this for them. Happily Mostly After is, yeah, you know, this is a good ending. This isn't like, reading this paired ending didn't make me want to write 800,000 fics, but it's good. It's good. I would happily read it. I would happily look at fan art. I like this. I can live with that is no complaints. I got no complaints. I guess it works. One-sided can be that I feel like the romance is one-sided, literally. Like, oh, you know, he feels for her, but she doesn't feel the same way. Or it can be, I feel like one of them was deeply neglected in this paired ending. You know, he gets everything he wants and becomes king of the world or something, and then his partner gets nothing except supporting him being king of the world. That's what one-sided means to me. Do I base this off the paired endings, which I don't know, or just how much I think the characters vibe together? I'm gonna give you guys... Describing your exes? Oh dear. I'm gonna give you guys a general overview of the vibes of their paired endings. I have like a whole document written up. I'll try not to spoil the paired endings, because the point of this stream is that this is what we're gonna gun for in our playthrough. That's why we're here today. So again, if you just really ship Ferdinand and Dimitri, and we just don't pick them today, that is not a judgment of you. I think you're a wonderful person, and I would love to read your fanfiction. It's a strategy meeting. That's a great way to put it, Cass. We do have to decide today also, and she's at the bottom of my list here, who we are romancing. That one is just personal. That one isn't about paired endings, really. That one is about what I want. No, we'll talk about it. We can talk about the paired endings a little bit, but that's mostly just what I want. So Pick Ash, best boy by far. He's a good pick. He's a good pick. So what we have here in our options are the people that have... I tried to isolate it to people who do have paired endings together. What you're gonna see with Sylvain is a very limited selection. Fembyleth with me will make it work, okay? Live your dreams, Chris. I believe in you. I think she's gonna go for Demetria Yuri. I love Dimitri so much. It's usually not in a romantic way, though. Sylvain belongs with Felix. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Sylvain has very few paired endings. It's so sad. I love him. It's so sad. I have the basement kids in here mostly for talking about options for Yuri that aren't me. For the same reason, Annette has a non-romantic, obviously, paired ending with Gilbert. And so it's possible that we'll decide that the best ending for her is family. I don't know that we'll decide that, but it's possible, so I put him in here. I called dibs on Bernie, but I can't quite do that in this playthrough now, can I? She's still alive. For now. She's out there. No divine being on this. I didn't actually make this, which you'll see. This is part of the reason why I have everybody up here. I am too stupid to know how this website works. So I just stole someone else's list and futzed with it a lot. So we have like a whole pool of characters that are not relevant all the way down here. So no, I'm not on here because I wouldn't have figured out how to put myself in here. It's not to not let Gilbert feel any joy. Alright. Let me move Violet over. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna start. Here's our lucky bachelor number 1, Dimitri. Dimitri, I suppose Dimitri could pair with Dimitri. I'm not sure how that would work. What do you mean for now? There's no way she isn't stuck away from the battlefields. We can imagine that. Gilbert X active volcano. We'll see. We do have like Catherine and Sedith and them, but they're on the bench. They live on the bench. So I'm not really focused on their paired endings. Like I said, the only reason the basement kids who aren't Yuri are in here is because they have some options for the kids I actually care about. That's mean. I love Happy. She's just, we don't use her enough. That's all. Quite the docket. Yes. Dimitri has rat breath and unresolved trauma. Oh, don't be mean to him. Poor boy. I suppose we could always decide that they should just go solo. That they don't need a paired ending. That's not as much fun in my shipper heart, but I'm sorry if you see any of my tabs pop up, by the way. We're very much like string and duct tape here today. So let me see. Dimitri's solo is basically, you won the game. So interpret that how you will. He gets, you won the game, yay. And he fixes the government. That's kind of the plot. So one ending for him is we fix the government, yay. There is, of course, Dimitri with Byleth, because Byleth can get with pretty much all of these. I think all of them. I could be wrong. In which case, we fix the government and the church. And they love each other forever. That's the plot. Dedue breaks my heart. The thing with Dedue, I suppose it makes sense to go into it right now. Don't be mean to him. The game is. It is. Dedue is goated. The thing with Dedue is that Dedue's solo ending is almost identical to his paired ending with Dimitri. And both are, he's like, you know, he's like the epitome of loyalty. Like, to the end and beyond is the vibe. It is pretty romantic, I will say. I think I'll put Byleth here. Like, we fixed everything and we love each other. That's valid. That's valid. Dedue belongs with Dimitri. It's like the storyline director forgot about Dedue just being his own person. A lot of Dedue's character is about the fact that he is so loyal to Dimitri. So loyal. Like, to me, it doesn't quite feel like the writers forgot to make Dedue his own person. It's more like Dedue decided not to be his own person a little bit. I actually prefer Byleth with Dimitri over Dedue with him. Questioningly loyal. Interesting. That's really interesting, Chris. Between the two of them, it's like Dedue stays by Dimitri's side even beyond death is the energy of their paired ending. Which I kind of gotta say, that is suspiciously loyal. I don't think so. That is giving, like, romance novel energy a little bit. Like, not even death could separate them energy to their paired ending. I find it difficult to ship Byleth with other people because they're made a blank slate on purpose. Even Link has more of a personality. I can understand that interpretation. A lot of people say that, and I get it. I suppose it's subtextual and really extrapolated and fleshed out by fans, but I like the energy of doesn't really know how people work, just kind of is here to fight and eat everything and look after their kids. A little bit of gremlin energy, calm gremlin energy that people give Byleth. And I see where, like, they pull that from places, right? So, like, the fact that you can eat, like, 7 meals in a row. And that Byleth is just running around the monastery, pulling things out of a sack and going, hey, did you drop this? Hey, did you drop this? Hey, did you drop this? And they extrapolate on that and are like, no, that's her personality. Which absolutely is an interpretation. It's not necessarily canon, but I do enjoy the interpretation. So there is that. I am definitely, we talked about self-inserts a minute ago. I am definitely the kind of person who, when I look at Byleth's paired endings, I'm just like, who do I want to smooch, though? Which is why Yuri is a high contender. I do relate to Byleth having the autism stare and disassociating 24/7. Yeah, like, if you look at that and you're like, you know what? No, that's her character. It's kind of fun. Not that disassociating is fun, but, like, for a character, like, a part of her character, it's kind of interesting. I don't think it was intentional, though. No, you're right. That's what I mean by sus loyal. He's loyal to the point that you think there's something more than just I am your shield energy. That's how I feel about Hubert and Edelgard. I know writers who use subtext and they are all cowards. Say it with your full chest. I wish I had Byleth's metabolism. Don't we all? Where does it go? Have you played Three Hopes and seen Byleth there? She has a few more lines and they're really cool. Makes her more attractive, woo-woo. I have not, actually. The play style of Three Hopes is not one that I'm good at. So I've been putting off for a few years getting into it. I really want to. I really should. I am obsessed with the lore of this game. Not that I can retain it all in my silly colander brain, but, like, so many times I ask my Fire Emblem friends, I'm like, wait, do we know when Glenn Fraldarius died? Do we have, like, a date on that? And recently a friend of mine was like, well, we know the timestamp of a letter that was sent in Hopes, so we have a rough idea. And I was like, thank you! And this is why I need to play Hopes. Yes, no spoilers. Thank you all for the hard work you put into your videos. I find them very entertaining to listen to. I'm glad you enjoy them. Welcome in, welcome in. Byleth is suited out of their mind during my playthroughs. That's a hilarious way to interpret it. Everyone bully Feely to stream 3 Hopes. It'll be screaming the whole time. I can't I can't keep up. Finally have time to work through my games list, and 3 Hopes is up next. I hope you have fun. I hope you have fun. I suggest just seeing one scene where Shez meets Byleth for the first time. I might have seen that. I did play the demo. So if it was like in the demo, like in the like first couple chapters, I might have seen it. I seem to remember something like that. And then I go in between because both hot. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful way to look at it. Yes, it was. Okay, I think I remember that. And I do. I'm a Byleth cosplayer, so like I love Byleth. So I remember being really hyped. 3 Hopes would have been really good if it weren't so bloated. The amount of filler is insane and you can't skip it. I feel like Houses has some of that problem too. Like White Clouds being so redundant. It is unfortunate. I wish I was disassociating at work. Hang in there, Squonk. Who's next? I don't think Dimitri has anything with Ferdinand. My list is in a different order because I've scrambled our options here. Felix. Okay. So I have to like skim this and check for how do I explain this without spoilers. Basically, according to their paired ending, they pretty much emulate like there's the legends of, if you remember, Lug and Kaifon. Felix and Annette are so adorable together. They are. They basically just become the living embodiment of the historical legends of the most famous king and his famous like right-hand man is basically what their paired ending is. It is noted it is noted not in these words, but basically that Felix loves Dimitri more than Dimitri's future queen. So there is that. That is pretty gay. Houses also has that problem, but at least the fact that it's a strategy game. Oh, that's true. It's less repetitive than... I could see that. I could see that. Maybe others can back me up, but I feel you'd love Deltarune. I might. I need to check it out. I never I never beat Undertale. I would check it out. My gaydar is going off. Yeah, like that's the vibes here. That's a pretty strong thing for the game to say. Are we ranking Dimitri's love interest? Yeah. So we're ranking his paired endings. And to reiterate, because I think there are some people in the chat who might have missed my explanation here. Wedding Bells is like, this is the pinnacle of romance. Happily Mostly After is like, I'm real happy with this. I can live with that as, you know, we got no complaints. One-sided can be that it feels like only one of them would be into it. But it also can be that I feel like the paired ending only served one of them and just relegated the other one too, and he's here too. And disrespectful is not a dig at the pairing, it's a dig at the ending. Some of them have endings that defeat the entire character arc of the character. I made this tier for very specifically one pair that I really am upset about. There are some others, I think, though. So that's the vibes here. Loves him more than the queen herself. The unnamed queen of this paired ending. What do we think? I'm like torn between the top 2 tiers here for that. I feel like, you know, like Dimitri and Byleth's paired ending is basically like they fixed everything they wanted to fix and they spent their days riding horses together and being just so in love. Just so in love. That's what the paired ending says. Felix is a tsundere. He can be, for sure. Houses should have had a thing similar to Branch of Fate and Fates where you skip the intro. My opinion is that White Clouds should have changed depending on what route you were on. Most of White Clouds is focused on beats that really emotionally impact the Blue Lions. So when I first played it, I thought that was intentional because I was playing the Blue Lions first. And then when I went through my Black Eagle and it was the same quest, I was really disappointed. Dimitri's paired endings with all of the wolves? No. This is my holding, so that way I don't have to scroll all the way down here and root through characters I'm not using right now. They're in here for Yuri mostly. I think Ash has an ending with Happy, if I remember, but I'll check. And Constance and Mercedes have an ending. There's a few in there. But everybody after Ash in this list, except for him, are like my main team, and then they're here to fill out the list in a minute. We'll get there. Now that you mention it, White Clouds does seem very Blue Lions with Lonato and Miklon. Exactly! Exactly! So if you play Blue Lions first, you might, if you're me, be under the impression that that was on purpose. But that's not how it works. Constance and Mercedes, Yuri? We'll see. You'll see. We'll talk about it. White Clouds only happens because of Edelgard. Would you have Lady Freya threatened to kill every house leader? No, I think Edelgard still does what she does, but I think the missions leading up to it, particularly part of the reason that I had this misconception, is that Claude has a line in the monastery fairly early on, possibly when you're going to fight Miklon. It's either, I'm not quite sure, somewhere near the beginning, where you talk to Claude if you're not in his house, I think it's him, and he complains that your mission is more exciting than the mission that his house is on this month. And so that kind of like made me have the assumption that like, oh, he has a different storyline. His missions are different, but they're not. I was so sad. I was so sad. In my opinion, Three Houses' biggest problem was that the devs bit off more than they could chew. Yeah, they only had 2 years? Seriously? Damn, they did a lot in 2 years. They were rushed. Thank God they took their time with Engage. Yeah, I have opinions about Engage. But yeah, I definitely agree that Three Houses, there are parts that are like so rushed, especially the poor Black Eagles. I feel so bad. Edelgard's route. Engage was certainly something. Hot take, I love Engage. That game slaps. I like it. I like the characters. I just feel like the ending dragged, and we started jumping a lot of sharks. And fighting the hounds over and over and over again was frustrating. In Three Hopes, they chewed more than they could bite. Oh no. They had an entire year just for polish. Interesting. I really wonder what the new game is going to be like. I hope it's good. I love Fodlan. I love the whole story of Three Houses. Obviously, we're going to Dagda. That's not Fodlan, but like, I love... And they went back to the art style. This was my preferred art style. They went back to this kind of art style. I'm really hoping it's good. What are we feeling? I feel like I kind of want to put it in like happily mostly after, because it feels similar to me to like, and Dimitri and Violet were happy forever, but also loving him more than the Queen is that it doesn't get gayer than that. That's pretty romantic. Even if, you know, the game is like literally in that sentence trying to tell me that they didn't get married. But like, I don't know. I'm torn. What are you guys feeling? Loved him more than the Queen. Oh, I don't know where to put it. I do, like, real talk, I do enjoy the ship of Felix and Dimitri. There's so much interesting stuff to dig into with them. With the new one, I'm scared of too much time travel shenanigans. Oh boy. I'm not one to complain about guns. This is Fire Emblem. I'm not keeping up with like all of the stuff that comes out. We'll see. I mostly have been seeing like the character previews. Michaela looks cool. She's the one who's caught my attention. The bard guy, is it like Sirocco? Something like that. He looks interesting. I feel like every girl who comes out is like so pretty, and then the guys are like all over the place. It's interesting. We are seeing a lot more diversity in the character portraits that are coming out though, and I really am enjoying that. It just gets me hyped. I'm so hyped. The order of the routes and how they were made is Silver Snow. It shows. And then Verdant Wind, Azure Moon, and then Crimson Flower. Interesting. Interesting. That kind of almost feels like they changed their mind on what the game was about halfway through. Because Silver Snow and Verdant Wind tell very similar stories, from my understanding of Silver Snow. And then Azure Moon is, I would argue it's pretty self-contained, mostly because you don't really dig too much into those that slither. They're around and they affect the story, but you don't dig into it much. So you can play Azure Moon and feel like you got a full story, whereas I don't think you can play Black Eagles and get to the end and feel like you got everything, because it cuts short. And then you play Verdant Wind and you're like, oh, there was so much other stuff going on. Oh, right, all of this is relevant. Crimson Flower wasn't even supposed to exist initially, which is wild. Absolutely wild to me. But the people at Koei loved. Oh boy, those are shots fired in here. Let's tone it down a little. You're allowed to dislike her, absolutely. 100%. I'm not gonna fault you for that, but let's back it up a little bit. It worked for me as a Black Eagles player. My issue with Crimson Flower is really that, yeah, let's not name that person. Those that slither is, those that slither is resolved off screen mostly in Crimson Flower, which is fucking insane. Really not storytelling. And it feels like they ran out of time. It really does. It really does. Yeah, let's not ruminate on it, but let's also not draw that comparison. I mean, the devs made... Okay. The conversation has a lot more nuance to it than I am seeing happen in chat. So, because we're not honoring the depth of nuance to it, I'm going to say that it's best if we step away from it. Just because it's hard. Chat has like a word limit. And this is the kind of conversation that does not thrive in a word limit. Yeah. It's, you're absolutely allowed not to like a character. You're absolutely allowed to see historical parallels. And it's definitely a conversation that's interesting to dive into. But it does absolutely need more than 200 words. And when you're limited, you have to make generalizations. And when you do that, it's so easy to say something harmful. So it's better if we step away from it. That's my ruling here. So let's move on. After Felix in my list is Mercedes, our wonderful healer. He gets his happy ending per usual. I think with this one, like, my notes say that, like, her being such a devoted, healing person, yeah, her being such a devoted healing person made them a good pairing, is kind of what the paired ending says. Like, that's what the game tells you, but it really it's not that much Mercedes doing too much. Gray. I love watching the fanboys of Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude fight with each other to justify their favorite war criminals. My favorite is Solon. That is certainly a take. Mercy needs hugs. All right. Let's not get into the war criminal conversation. The point of that was I enjoy having a wild take. And I appreciate that for you. Good for you. Hilarious. The auto translator read mercy and assumed you meant merci. I love that. So with them, it's kind of, I don't even know what Mercedes and Dimitri's ending is. With them, it's kind of, it's like Dimitri goes on to do all of the world-changing fixes he wants to do, and Mercedes helps. And that's kind of it. And it's a little bit hard because Mercedes' whole thing is that she wants to go out and help people. So it's like, on one hand, yeah, she gets to do what she wanted to do. On the other hand, that really does feel like, and she was here too. I think I'm gonna put it in one-sided, because most of the focus on what Mercedes does is, and she helped. That's kind of the vibe there. Mercy needs to start a therapy house. Mercy as your therapist would be wonderful. All right. Who's next? And next is Annette. Interestingly, it's very specifically stated that their dynasty lasted for generations, which isn't always stated. I think that's fun. Yeah, he goes on to do everything he wants to do, but her wise counsel is integral into them fixing things. And to me, it feels a little bit different than just saying, I love Annette's time skip design. I really liked her hair loopies, though. Where is she? I liked her hair loopies. I do love her outfit. I kind of miss her hair loopies. She looks older now, which is good. She should look older. She's aged up. But I missed the hair loopies. I liked her bangs and her hair loopies. She really did have a great glow up. I feel like calling it a glow up almost like discounts how cute she was in her teen years too. She was cute and she got even cuter. It's kind of the energy. To me, I almost feel like the fact that they specifically point to Annette's intelligence as being a major contributing factor, and she like advised Dimitri, went from good to better. Yeah, I feel that way. True, probably not the best phrasing. I meant it as a compliment. Oh no, totally. People definitely mean that as a compliment. I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's not even enough of a compliment. She deserves even more. I kind of want to put this a step above Mercedes, just because I feel like they're highlighting a little bit more of Annette's unique contribution rather than just saying like, and Mercedes helped. Is a little bit how I'm feeling right now. Okay, I don't think he has any paired endings with Sylvain. No, because Sylvain barely has any. He does with Ingrid. Ingrid is interesting. So he gets to do, he gets his happy ending because you won the game, yay. And then Ingrid gets to become a knight, which I love that for her. But she also becomes queen because it's a romantic ending. And she gets to do both, which, I feel like the best endings for Ingrid are where she gets to do both. So I do enjoy that for her. It feels like the way that they tell it is lacking a little bit of romance. I wish they went like a little bit harder, but Ingrid maintains all of the things about her that I love. It specifically like is very like deliberate in highlighting deliberately here highlighting like, all right guys, let's move on from Edelgard, please. Deliberately highlighting how she wants to contribute to the battlefield and to the military, and even if she's queen, Ingrid is still gonna do that. Ingrid is so good. She is. I love her. I love Ingrid. I love Ingrid so much. Yeah, let's move off of Edelgard. We're not even talking about Edelgard. We're not gonna be deciding ships about Edelgard. We're not talking. The only eagle here is Ferdinand. And we'll get to him. It really like emphasizes like all of the Ingrid maintains her character and all of the parts of her character that I love, which is important specifically because Ingrid's story is about I like her supports where she gets annoyed by others. She's so cute when she's mad. I don't know, I just like her like really like forward personality, but there's so much, it's like so hard to put into words what I love about Ingrid. So much of her story is about that battle of feeling like it's her duty to just become a wife and kind of wanting to do that, but mostly Ingrid screaming at Felix is always fun. She will tell the men in her life how it is, and I love that for her. So much of her story is about figuring out how can she have the career she wants when she feels like she's supposed to just become a wife. So it's really important to me that in her marriage endings, she gets to have the career she wants and doesn't just get relegated to wife. So the fact that they very clearly emphasize that in her paired ending with Dimitri, that even though she's a queen, she's still out there. She's still living her knightly life. I appreciate that for her. All right. All right, let's move on. Everybody, let's move on. I got reminded of the whole Sylvain hitting on Ingrid's granny. Oh, that is a popular conversation in chat. No one will let him live that down. I love that for him. But I think that's where I'm going to land Ingrid. Is the happily mostly ever after. It doesn't quite feel like the peak romantic ending for her, but it feels like a really solid, really good ending for her, and it fits really well with Dimitri. We are talking about Dimitri's pairings. I think it does really well for them. Dimitri also has a paired ending with Happy. Did you guys know that? That one, how do I explain it without spoiling things? That's the question. Dimitri gets, his peak happy ending, of course. Did you guys know if you beat Blue Lions, Dimitri gets a happy ending? He does. Happy has a tragic backstory. Let's say that. What does one-sided mean as a tier? One-sided means, it can mean that I feel like only one of them is really into it, but mostly it means we're talking about their paired endings specifically. One-sided as a paired ending means I feel like their paired ending only serves one of them. So in this case, right now we're talking about Dimitri's pairs. Dimitri gets therapy. He needs it, poor boy. So if, like in this case, Mercedes being a one-sided pairing with Dimitri is because most of the paired ending is like, Dimitri did all these things and people said Mercedes helped. Happy has a very sad backstory that is tied to the kingdom. And so in her paired ending, not to spoil anything, in her paired ending with Dimitri, they actually look into what happened to her and resolve a lot of it. She also gets one of the best outcomes for her, which is they find a way to help her with her sighing problem, which is wonderful. So they both get like a peak happy ending, and they resolve her backstory trauma. So honestly, even though I don't really have them talk to each other very much, and I don't, in this playthrough, we're not focusing too much on the Ashen Wolves, the basement kids, as I call them. That kind of feels like the best ending for both of them, in a way. Sounds like wedding bells to me. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna put that here. I don't know why I don't have the time skip outfits for the basement kids. I didn't make this tier list. I redesigned it, but like all of these were just given to me. And we have Miklon, but we don't have time skip. We don't have time skip basement kids for some reason, so we're just gonna have to deal with her being in her uniform. But yeah, like that was like kind of like the epitome of romance to me. Do they even have time skip outfits in Three Houses? They do. If you check out our streams, we have them in their skip outfits. We spent a lot of time looking at Happy's skip outfit because it's so good. Happy's skip outfit is like the epitome of what I want to wear to the Ren Fair. I'm already playing 3 RPGs, but I keep thinking of going back to 3 Houses. I'm like always like, what if I just play 3 Houses? 3 Houses, my first love. You get it. You get it. Clearly because you didn't take the basement kids out shopping to update their clothes. I guess not. I guess I've neglected them. That's true. They live on the bench. 3 Hopes has a lot of new looks too, and Nets blew up the internet. I don't think I remember what a Nets was. Some of them, I feel like some of the 3 Hopes new outfits, I feel like some of the 3 Hopes new outfits, it's like people who had bad hair got good hair, and people who had good hair got bad hair. There are some winners in there who were already winners, but there's a lot of like, oh, what did they do to you, my child? I've only played Golden Deer. I love Claude too much, but I gotta save the neglected houses too. Fear the deer, as they say. I've been reading a lot of Claude x Hilda recently. I'm on a kick. I do enjoy them. Poor Bernadetta. Poor thing. They messed up Bernie so bad in Hopes. Poor thing. Yes, you were timed out for sticking on the conversation we were trying to move away from. I think Claude and Ingrid can be fun too. Yes. I don't have them in the doc just because obviously being a Azure Moon run, we're Bernie is so disrespected. I'm so sorry. Obviously being an Azure Moon run, we don't have Claude, but they definitely have very interesting dynamic. There's so much to chew on. I should Bernie X therapy. She needs it, the poor thing. Poor thing. Alright, let's see. That is all of Dimitri's. So what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna see how this works. Only a B support. Oh, for Claude and Ingrid. That's true, isn't it? I'd forgotten. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna plop him back in here because these options for other people. But I'm gonna take the wedding bells and pull them up here. So at the moment, these are our Dimitri winners. So we're gonna hold on to that as we go through this ranking process. We're gonna hold on to that so we remember. But we're gonna see if anybody else is competing. Like if say Dedu also, I doubt it, but if his ultimate if his ultimate Wedding Bells character happens to also be Felix, in our opinion, maybe I'll pull this up for easier reference. Then, you know, if they're kind of like facing off, we're gonna have to reconsider who's winning out of here and who deserves to go to Zdoo instead. It's gonna be a weird process. This is a hard thing to do. There's logistics. But we'll see. Dedue, as I mentioned, his solo end and his Dimitri end, let me pull Dimitri. We already said that this is like basically Wedding Bells ending for them. His solo ending and his Dimitri end are very similar. Him and Byleth. If you marry Dedue, he leaves Dimitri's side. Which I personally want to put right in disrespectful. Like, as much, and we talked about, like, Dedue has decided that he cannot be a person without Dimitri at his side, and no, that's not healthy. However, Dedue, I think it's like it's one of the only endings where he just up and totally leaves Dimitri. Which does not... Look, the man's solo ending and his paired ending with Dimitri are identical. Dedue at his base is gonna stay with Dimitri past death. But if you marry him, he leaves him? Hello? All I will say is the Dimitri Byleth S support art. Look, I love Dedue. Dedue is one of my favorite characters. Anytime Dedue can do no wrong in my eyes. I love this man. But the idea that him marrying me would make him leave Dimitri's side, I can't cope with it. I can't cope with it. I just, Ingrid might disagree there. That is a glaring issue with Ingrid. I'm not going to defend that. Apparently leaving Dimitri is wrong in your eyes. Yeah, you know, I blame Byleth. It just feels wrong. There are some other endings where he decides not to be Dimitri's right-hand man. But he's still, like, very prominent in the capital city, at least. But, like, I don't know, the idea of him just, like, bailing. I don't know. They don't give me enough for him to do in the place of being Dimitri's right-hand man that it just... But Byleth is hot. Yeah, but, like, Dimitri is his man. It's his best friend. It's his savior. You know, they're codependent and it's not healthy. But also... I don't know, the way that he leaves Dimitri is so... it doesn't feel right with the way that it's written with Byleth. That's my take. We talked about his ending with Dimitri. His ending with Ash is interesting. Ash actually gives up on his dreams based on the fact that they rely on racism against the Dusker people. Which is like, I mean, way to be an ally, Ash. That is an upstanding man, standing by his virtues. I love that for you. And then they end up, Ash, like, goes and runs a Dusker inn instead, like, cooking, like, the Dusker food that he learned from Dedue. And Dedue helps in between being Dimitri's right-hand man. And, you know, like, that's lovely. I'm a little sad, but he does it for the right reasons. You know, like we said, Ash keeps winning. Absolutely. He does it for the right reasons, but I am sad that it means he doesn't get to fulfill his dream. Because in my ultimate happily ever after world, everybody gets to live their full dream. But it is such a strong representation of their character, I think, to have that be how it shakes out. Poor Ash. I felt bad for him when Lenato died. Ash goes through it. My poor boy. Relying on racism for your dreams is crazy. Yeah, I feel proud of him for making that choice. That couldn't have been an easy choice. It was his whole dream. But he was like, you know, if you guys aren't going to support Dusker, I'm not going to do it. Love that for Ash. I am sad that he doesn't get to be a knight, though. I think happily mostly after is a good way to put that. And it's really cute that, like, he goes on and popularizes, like, Dusker cuisine and to do helps, and he's great. I just wish he could have been a knight. I wish the situation were different. Mercedes is next. Here she is. I don't think, based on the way that it's written, I don't think Dedue goes on to be Dimitri's right-hand man in their paired ending. But that doesn't mean that he abandons things. This ending is much more focused on his heritage in Dusker. And basically, the two of them make sure that Dusker can thrive in the future, is how I'll say. I played every route, but I don't remember if it was explained why Lenato and his allies thought Rhea was an imposter. There was meddling. I think it might have been those who slither, but I'm not sure. There was meddling involved. Pulling at the strings. They were manipulated, was the answer. These two are these two the ones you're saying are so cute together? They are. They're just like the caretakers of the Blue Lions a little bit. But yeah, they go on to make sure basically that Dusker's heritage is preserved and they have a future, which is wonderful. I think if that's kind of what I mean. If Dedue was going to leave Dimitri's side, it being just to help Byleth doesn't feel nearly as good as it being to serve his people. So like these two, like that is really good. And I feel like it fulfills both of their like innate desires of like helping people and his devotion to his own people. I feel like that's a pretty good ending. That's a pretty good ending for the two of them. I do like that. Mom and dad energy. A bit, yeah. A bit. And then his ending with Annette is the last one I have on the list here. So he goes on to be at Dimitri's side. She gets to be a teacher, which is great. And that's kind of how it goes. They just kind of yeah, I agree. Slitherers were handled weirdly. Mercedes on the docket now. Yeah, look at her. They both go on to live their dreams, and they have a quiet life together, and they stay out of each other's way, but they bond in the house. Yeah, kind of bland in my opinion. I could see. It's not sensational. They coexist. They go on to be happy. They're kind of like... They're like the bland couple that is couple goals. They live happily ever after, but they don't do much beyond that. Slytherin is valid. I love that house. I knew someone was going to hear that. I would put it happily mostly after, I think. Like, they both fulfill their dreams, but they're just quiet about it. So I don't think that's quite, I can live with that. I think it's probably happily mostly after, but I think I rank Ash's above Annette's paired ending with Dedue. So, that is all I have for Dedue. So I think I'm gonna have to borrow whoa, no. I'm gonna have to borrow this picture of Dimitri for us here. Thankfully, there's been no clashing yet. We've been talking about Dedue. So that's where they're at. Let me reset our board. So far, no competition that I have seen. If I am not crazy. Yeah, because we kind of agreed. We kind of agreed here that the best ending for Dedue is Dimitri, and the best ending for Dimitri is Dedue. Something to think about there. Maybe we just lock that one in then. I'll hold on to it. I think maybe what we need to do is see, since Felix is in Dimitri, we need to see if Felix has any other, like, solid endings. Have I run out of? No. Okay, so we've already confirmed when we did Dimitri's run through that Dimitri gets to be Wedding Bells. So, who else is on our list here for Felix, my boy? Byleth, of course. They very true to form. They go on and live their separate happily ever afters. It very specifically mentioned that they spend a lot of time apart and they spar whenever they meet. And, like, it's true to who they are and the stoic people that they are. True to form, not very romantic. Kind of how I feel. Felix is in Dimitri. Sounds like my AO3 searches. Hilarious. I feel like that is what I would expect their ending to be, and it sure is. Two stoics, one sword. It's how it should be, but it's not romantic. We already talked about his ending with Dimitri. Sylvain. Alright, we know. They famous pairing. If you know nothing about Fire Emblem shipping, you know about these two at least. Full disclosure. There are so many pictures of these two on my wall. Ah yes, the Yaoi flagship, truly. These two. Oh my god. Where do I start? They both go on to fulfill their birthrights. It specifically says that for the rest of their lives, they frequently one-up each other. They're constantly spatting and one-upping each other. And they literally cannot live without each other. Like, it canonically, in their paired ending, they cannot live without each other. That's the least spoilery way to say it, I think. I mean, as the Sylvic shipper. Felix Sylvain while Ingrid watches eating a bucket of chicken. That's always a great dynamic. As the Sylvic shipper, I do desperately want to put it up in Wedding Bells. Just selfishly. It all revolves around, the important context is it all revolves around a childhood promise fulfilled. This is the epitome of, like, childhood friends to lovers. Which, in a, like, Greek tragedy way, is very romantic. So there is that. Is it on the same level as Loved Him More Than the Queen? Your stream, your rules. Sometimes you have to indulge in abusing your rights. The problem is you want to marry Sylvain. That is a problem. This is up there for me. Definitely. Is it on par with loved him more than his own wife? I don't know. But it is up there for me. Sylvix, my beloved. Heart emojis. I'm gonna put it up there. I'm gonna be selfish. I'm gonna do it. Yuri is still there. Perhaps he won't have to sit in the chair. We shall see. We shall see. Mercedes, who currently is vying for Dedue's heart. So let's borrow this portrait of her for a minute. This is where we're gonna run into hiccups. If she hits wedding bells, we're gonna have to decide who gets her between the two of them. He fulfills his birthright. He does that in all of his ends. I shouldn't need to say it. He fulfills his birthright no matter what paired ending, at least on this list, the Blue Lion list. Yeah, she supports him, says my note. So somehow I don't think that he's gonna be fighting Dedue for her hand. They support each other. They do some work with kids, and they bond over brothers. It's like, I would put it here. Wait a minute, where's Lawrence? My husband feeling, is he alright? Is he safe? Where are you? He's, probably. It's okay. We totally recruited him, delusional. Yeah, he's busy. Yeah. Yeah, I think I would put it with I can live with that. Like, somewhere between I can live with that and one-sided. They do some things personal to Mercedes. I can live with that. I don't know that it's romance. He lost his invite. Well, I'm not a noble, so he didn't want to attend. Another popular one. Felix and Annette. Popularly called Netflix, which is a wonderful ship name. Love that. I was recently reading fic for them too. Wonderful. I'm just gonna preemptively put those here. Unfortunately, Annette doesn't shine very much in this ending, which makes me sad. Oh, I bumped the mic. I'm so sorry. So, you know, he goes on to do what he wants to do, and all it really says is that her silly little songs get famous, which, like, is a wonderful, wonderful part of Annette, and I love the way that stars in their supports, like them bonding and joking and teasing over her. The only ending where Annette does shine is with Ash. We'll see. And them, like, bonding and teasing and joking over her songs. I love that. But for her only legacy to be her silly little songs doesn't feel like it serves Annette. Annette is so much more than her delightful songs. So it feels a little one-sided to me, unfortunately. As for Ingrid, don't get me wrong, okay? This is why we have the disrespectful tier. I love Ingrid. I like her with Felix. I do. If it were up to me, real talk, my ultimate pairing is this trio. I greatly enjoy the three of them together as a polycule. It's complicated, it's messy, it's fun. However, their paired ending makes me so mad. Ingrid and Felix give straight marriage energy. What does that mean? I love the polycule of the three of them. Their paired ending is disrespectful to both of them, frankly. I'm gonna spoil it because we're not gonna get it, because I refuse. I got it in my first run, I think, because I married Sylvain. She and Sylvain were gonna end up together, and then I married him, so she ended up with Felix. Their paired ending is that there's an attack on the castle town at some point, and the two of them go to fight, and Felix gets hurt so bad that he loses his ability to sword fight thereafter because he was protecting Ingrid. Where do I start? That sounds romantic. That sounds so romantic on paper. Until you remember Ingrid's entire character arc. Ingrid's entire character arc is about how she could be a knight. She does not. She does not need to tie herself to a man. She can go and be a warrior. She should be a warrior. She's good at it. Felix's whole arc is about how he is constantly trying to get stronger and stronger and is, he's chasing after the shadow of his brother. But his whole thing is about being like one of the best sword fighters in the world. And yes, Ingrid is a beast of a unit. These two, those couples who break up and get back together every month. This is them to me. Just both of them are such competent warriors that the idea of Felix being robbed of the thing that is in most of his endings his identity because he was protecting Ingrid, implying that she wasn't capable of protecting herself. I hate that ending so much. It pisses me off. I just rage. That's why this tier exists. I love them as a ship. I hate that ending. I hate it so much. I think that's everybody in Felix's list. Yes. So this is our final list here. So things to think about. Felix's top winners at the moment. Let me reset everybody. Felix's top winners here are Dimitri or Sylvain. Which is conflicting a bit here with Dimitri and Dedue both having each other as their top ending. But that would mean that Sylvain's Felix's only other option is Sylvain. Felix only having men as top. It feels he doesn't bond with very many people. So to do his partner in crime or your husband. We're gonna have to look at that. We're gonna have to see, honestly, when we get to Sylvain. Ash is next. We've got Ash and then we've got Sylvain. When we get to Sylvain does not have many options. So if Sylvain's only option is Felix, that solves that problem. We'll see, I suppose. We will see. This is an interesting mix we have going on. Alright, Ash. In a lot of his ends, he gets to be a knight. He also takes over Gaspard, which is Lenato's territory. In his solo ending, he becomes the hero of legend, which I love for him. He deserves it. In his pairing with Byleth, still, it's still everybody gets their ultimate dreams fulfilled. And we help orphans, which, that makes sense for Ash. It's not like oops, sorry, I want to put Byleth up there. We're talking about Ash. It's not like the epitome of romance, but it feels right. It feels right. It's kind of, that's all my note says, is we help orphans. Felix's only other option would be Sylvain. Oh no, how terrible. I didn't write the game. It's not my fault they didn't give him more diverse endings. Yeah, I'm feeling we both get our dreams fulfilled and we help orphans. Feels, yeah, that's a good ending. It's not like peak romance, but it's a good ending. It's a good ending. I can live with that. More than I can live with that. I think it's a good ending. We talked about Ash with Dedue, and obviously Ash did not make the top, the absolute marriage bells for to do. But, you know, I think we put it in another happily mostly ever after slot. Mercedes. He there's this cute. He fulfills his dreams, but it's really overwhelmed. Hero of Legend sounds like someone took alpha male pill and made it work somehow. No. Ash would never. His ending with Mercedes, you know, he fulfills his dreams, but he's really overwhelmed by it because he's a sweet bean. He's a sweet bean. But Mercedes is his rock, and she helps him get through it, and she counsels him through it, and she supports him through it. And the two of them are so adorable together that some of the ways that they show their affection for each other become a regional tradition for years to come. That's pretty cute. That's pretty cute, to be honest. Like, I'm not sure which of the two I want to put it in, but like, for the unique aspect of your relationship to become a regional tradition because you were so famous for being adorable together, that's pretty strong. That's adorable. Yeah, that's pretty wedding bells to me. They're not a pairing I think about a lot, but like when you break it down that way, that's pretty cute. All right, Ash and Annette. Ash fulfills his dreams. Annette, again, like, helps him. It specifically called out some of their best traits. Their tenacity, their intelligence, their courage. It said, like, their combined forces. I thought you were marrying Ash. It's an option, it's an option. Mercedes is top 2 for the buy list because she's the only one within 1 year of them. That, I'm sure that's a can of worms. The two of them, cute couple gets cute babies. That's true. The two of them, it specifically calls out like all of their characteristics that we love about the two of them as being the reason why they help Gaspard like flourish. And then the stories about Ash that carry on afterwards are written by Annette, which is great. But I feel like Annette doesn't get anything of her own. On the one hand, she helps run Gaspard, which is good. But I don't know, I feel like I see more for Annie. And I feel like that story isn't giving her enough. A little bit. Even though I think they are adorable together. I'm not getting enough about her out of that, you know? Feels a little one-sided. A little one-sided. Ingrid. I want them to have more than they get. They both fulfill their knighthood dreams, which is wonderful. And I love that for them. They're not confirmed to have been wed. It's like only a rumor. So like, they both go on to be knights. But most of the records of their lives are about their knightness. And we don't know if they get married or not. Which feels very them, to be honest. I wouldn't call it disrespectful. And it's not one-sided. But it sure is not enough. We don't know if they get married. They probably get married. The way it's written, they probably get married. But we don't know. Which is sad. So I think I can live with that, is where I'll put it. Then there's Happy, who we put with Dimitri as like an ultimate ending for her with Dimitri, which is interesting. Happy and Ash. I'm gonna keep her down here so I don't lose her. Once again, Ash goes on, you know, fulfill his birthright, or his adoption right, I suppose. Becomes a knight. He fulfills his dreams. Again, like all of the other women in his life. Happy helps him run his region, helps him govern. Her personality basically kind of balances out his. She's a lot more direct. And then it says that they had so many kids that she never sighed again. Which is a fairy tale. Their house was just full of so much love that they were happily ever after. It's cute. The way it's written is cute. It's definitely a fairy tale. It's got that adorableness that I see from Ash. But it just... On the one hand, like, how does one not sigh from tiredness when somebody gets... Yeah! It's like, their house is just so full of love and happy all the time. That Happy, the character, is never sad again. Which, like, great! Good for her. But also, I don't buy it. Ingrid for me is Lawrence level bad of unshippable. Oh, goodness. Interesting. It is Lawrence slander and Ingrid slander. No, you're allowed to have your own opinions. That's interesting, though. I think Happy, I'm not gonna move her because she's not wedding bells. I think with Happy, I would put that. Maybe I can live with that. Like, Happy deserves happiness is the thing. Happy deserves happiness. And the fact that, like, with Ash, she gets it. She just gets to have a peaceful life, which is what she wants. Good. But I don't know that I believe you. So I think I'd put it up here with Ingrid. It's, like, not enough of an ending for me. I think that's the full list for Ash right now. Yeah, that's everybody I have for Ash, because we're just doing Blue Lions. If you're new in here, we're talking specifically about the paired endings for my Azure Moon run. The only non-lion I have recruited are the Basement Kids and Ferdinand. So that's everybody on Ash's list, which means that Ash only has one super duper candidate, which is Mercedes. We should bear in mind that his runner-up was Byleth, though. That's me. So what I might do is put Babyface Ash down here in holding. But I'm going to give him Mercedes, I think. Which then makes a lot of dominoes are about to fall here. So, Ash, my boy, you get Mercedes. You are locked in. Let me bring her down. Which means we're gonna have to think about that, though, because we haven't done Mercedes' pairing yet. We haven't gone through Mercedes yet. So it is possible that Mercedes has a better pairing for her than being with Ash. In which case, Ash is gonna have to go to his runner-up, which is marrying me! It's me! And I guess we'll have to remember that Ingrid and Happy are after that. Am I gonna remember that? I don't know. Someone write that down. If we take Mercedes out of Dedue's placeholder, though, that means that Dedue's only option is Dimitri, which I can live with. Which sets Happy free, and sets Felix free, and pulls Dimitri out. Which does end us with Sylvix, also. So, that's how that's shaken up right now. Back with tea and chips. What did I miss? Ash's only best option here right now is Mercedes. So I can bring her down, bring her back in here. No, she has other ships, so I'm gonna put her in here. We've shaken out a few. You expected Mercy to be his wife, but it was Feely! I think Mercedes suffers from being a distant second place to most of her options. Do you mean like she ends up in the one-sided bucket a lot? I think that is true. Okay, let's bring them down. We're gonna see how this shakes out, but this is an interesting setup right now. Okay, we're on to my boy. Don't worry, this will be fast because he doesn't have very many. All right. His solo ending is literally the stuff of a legend. All right. Sylvain. My favorite detail. Oh, it's tragic. His solo ending for Sylvain is that he goes on and fulfills his dreams and makes the world a really fucking better place, and people still call cheaters sons of Gautier. And that is karmic justice. The best male for Mercedes for me is probably Ash, but in my opinion, I think Dedue clears. Clears? What do you mean by clears? Karma. Truly. So funny. Like, he really, you want to talk about like people who make big changes. He single-handedly makes a lot of big changes. And he still, his legacy will follow him. He still has to pay for consequences of his actions. Sylvain and Byleth. They both fulfill their dreams. He calms the fuck down. And they make Fargus and the church work well together. Honestly, as much as I love him, that's not the best ending for him. I'll be honest. As much as I can canonically fix him, I think the Dedue Ash ending is one of the sweetest in the game. It is really good. We rated it really high. Once a skirt chaser, always a skirt chaser. No, the game said I can fix him. It literally said I can fix him. Which is pretty good. But I feel like his other endings, he gets to do so much more for the world than he does with Byleth. So as much as I love this man, I don't think I can quite justify Wedding Bells. I think he could do more without me, which makes me sad, because I could fix him. I could. Felix we already talked about. Just in my heart, I will be selfish. They get Wedding Bells. With Mercedes, he fulfills all of his solo line dreams. He changes the world. It's great. Mercedes helps. Mercedes contributes. Her good qualities help ensure prosperity. They have a bunch of kids, and they cure Sylvain's crest trauma. Let's make sweet crest babies, as he famously said. Yes. They solve they solve his crest trauma. Not entirely true. I start to behave someone. Until then, I'm a free spirit. It feels like Mercedes doesn't get to do a lot here. And the hard thing about Mercedes is that her dream is to help people. So it's like, you know, she goes on to help him achieve his goals and carry his babies. On any other woman, that would be, she didn't get anything. On Mercedes, that is kind of what she would want. Yeah, one-sided is fine for her. So it's hard. It's a hard call. I think I might bump it up to I can live with that. But I would have to, we're gonna have to see when we get to Mercedes supports if she has anything above one-sided. Which, you know, we said that she does with Ash, so I don't feel like it's on par with, yeah, she's much more of a giver than a taker, yeah. I'm not sure that that ending is on par with, you know, having the way that you two show affection for each other becomes a regional tradition. She never takes, yeah. So I feel like I can't rate it too high. Even though they are really sweet together. I do really like them. And I love that Mercedes doesn't put up with his shit. I love it when Mercedes puts a man in his place. She's so good at it. But it's just not quite ringing all the way for me yet. Not quite. Then we have Ingrid. I like the two of them together. I really do. However, I have no notes about her becoming a knight. No notes about her becoming a knight. I don't know how I feel about that. Much like Mercedes, Ingrid's good qualities help ensure prosperity. Sylvain doesn't run around on her, and they have lots of kids and they cure his crest trauma. For Ingrid, I'm gonna call that one-sided. Sylvain is very Christian influencer coded. Please elaborate. That's a fascinating take. Does she stay racist though? We don't really address that in any of her endings, I don't think. I don't think any of her endings address that. I bet all the ladies of the church are eagerly awaiting for the marriage announcement for Mercedes. That's cute. That is cute. My OTP is Annette and Felix. They're very cute. They're very cute together. Yeah, I think Mercedes and Ingrid, I clicked them backwards, but you know, Ingrid and Mercedes having almost the same ending with Sylvain. For Mercedes, it's better than for Ingrid when Ingrid's whole story is about not having to tie yourself to a man. About having agency and choice and such. I mean, now I just imagine all the nuns being like, really? Out of all the people, him? There's a line in Sylvain's ending with Byleth that's like, misogyny, pretty boy, quote-unquote nice guy. That's fair. A lot of that is contained, I will say, a lot of that is contained in pre-skip Sylvain. Not much, but he does get a little better. But no, I see your point. That's funny. No, there's a hilarious line in his paired ending with Byleth that's people being like, what kind of spell did you put on him to make him behave himself? And I feel like people would have that attitude about him and Mercedes too. This is it. This is all of his endings. This man will not bond with anyone. At least this is the Blue Lions run endings. I think he has, I think he might have an ending with Dorothea, if I remember. He has a few other endings, but these are the ones that we've got. Some call that a feminine touch. Yeah, once you get high enough supports with him, he calms the fuck down. So that's the thing about Sylvain. Sylvain just needs someone to love him unconditionally, and then he will chill the fuck out. He just isn't used to that. That does mean that we're ending here with Felix being his only top support, which is reflected here, so that checks out. Let me just steal you. I think what I'll do is take this and put that there. Because I think, who's left? Yeah, a couple more of you have potential with Felix, so I don't want to... We'll see. This is starting to get muddy. It's really hard to keep up with this. Okay. That seems right. That seems right. Mercedes is next. Have we talked about all of her endings so far? I think the only one we didn't talk about... There's Annette and there's Constance. So, Mercy, where are you? Here you are. Let's bring her up. Come on, Mercy. Okay. There she is. We'll put her in here. We're running out. I didn't intentionally do all of the boys first. It's just kind of how the roster shook out. Alright. If you don't marry her off to anybody, she goes on to be a cleric and she devotes her life to the goddess, which is what she would have wanted. Truly, like, that's the ultimate ending for her. I think that's him and Felix Lockdown. Yep. Byleth got an Etsy witch for Sylvain's behavior. Hilarious. Sorry, I'm munching a cookie. I think you can marry Mercedes as Femme Byleth. In which case, you both are involved in the church and help orphans. Which is all she would want, really. It's not exciting, but it is what they wanted. I think you can. I didn't know she was bi. I'm pretty sure she's one of the few ones you can. I could be wrong on that. But either way, she's not. Byleth isn't in Wedding Bells, so if I'm wrong, it hopefully won't be too impactful. We talked about Dimitri. Yeah, it wasn't anything exciting. Oh, I forgot Ferdinand! That's why Ferdinand's in here! Mercedes and Ferdinand get married in secret. Which is kind of exciting. But literally, she becomes his housewife. Claude not being bi still hurts. It does. It does. It's terrible. She becomes his housewife, which I am disappointed in. It makes me sad. They get married in secret, which is so exciting, and then I'm disappointed at the end. And again, like, Mercedes is such a domestic person that, like, it's not quite disrespectful. Like, if that were Ingrid, that'd be disrespectful. It's not quite disrespectful, but it sure isn't. She doesn't get to be in the church, as far as I'm aware. At least as far as my notes say. It's not... It's not enough. I had male Byleth for my first playthrough, and my heart was broken at the end, because you couldn't have Claude. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I had the opposite experience my first time playing Fire Emblem. I played Fates, and there's one character you can romance regardless of gender. And I knew there was romance, so I, like, looked at the rosters and, like, really weighed. I was like, okay, are there more pretty men or more pretty ladies? Which one? I have to choose. And I ultimately decided, okay, I like more of the girls. I'll play a male protagonist. And then I fell in love with the one man that would have captured my attention, who could marry me. And so I married him, but that means that I didn't get his child unit. It was like, if I had just picked the female protagonist, I could have gotten his child unit, but I didn't, because I decided to be gay. Tragedy. You can't abolish the church and reform it too. True. We talked about her and Didier. That was a really good ending. That is a really good ending. Again, her and Felix was just like, it was alright. I'm still, you know, her and Ash being And then everybody remembered their traditions. Like that their ways of showing affection became a tradition. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We just talked about Sylvain. Is he still in this list? No, he's down here. She didn't quite make the cut there. Annie. All right. With Annie, they have this, like, history will say they were friends kind of an ending. Being straight has its advantages. It does when you get child units. They have a history will say they were best friends, just gal pals, sapphic ending. They, starting out, for most of their lives they don't live together, but they write each other letters back and forth, and they both live out their dreams of, Annie goes on to be a teacher, and Mercedes helps the children, you know. They both live out their dreams, and then at the end, Annie retires to live with Mercy. Which, like, I'm torn between these two, because on the one hand, it's not a confirmed romance. On the other hand, I mean, come on. It's pretty gay. I think I'm gonna put it a step down just because it's not until they're old ladies that they get to be together. But writing each other letters for all of adulthood, back and forth, is pretty romantic. It's pretty romantic. Grandma Yuri, holy crap, yeah! It's pretty good. And don't get me wrong, I love them as a ship. Again, this is about analyzing their paired endings. Just because my future child will probably also want to join the forces, I wouldn't call them a child unit from the get-go. In Fates, from the get-go, they're they're in the army. There's time travel bullshit. I think I'm gonna put her here, just because, like, they don't get their happily ever after until the very end, you know. Versus these two are there the whole time, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. They're both pretty fulfilled too, which I enjoy. Then we have Constance. Did you know these two have an ending? They do. The thing about this is, in this ending, Mercedes doesn't get involved with the church. They both get involved in School of Sorcery stuff. And it pertains to both of their imperial houses. However, the wording of this ending, even though they get fulfillment involving their houses and their lineage, the wording of this ending is that they became family and sisters. Which is, you know, like metaphorical sisters, not, they weren't adopted, but like they became so close that everybody saw them as sisters. See, queerness is complicated. In a world when you're not permitted, oftentimes, to be outwardly queer, a lot of times people will generalize close, what's the word? Like same gender, close same-sex relationships as brotherhood or sisterhood or, you know, like sibling relations. So there are sister wives, shared husband. No, there are a lot of queer people who, in the process of figuring out what their relationship is to another person, their first thought is, oh, we must be like siblings, that because I feel so strongly for you, this is more than friendship. What could it be? Well, the world says, you know, it's not allowed to be romantic, so clearly, well, I guess it's sibling. So on one hand, there's the, like, queer reading of, like, oh yeah, sisters. Definitely, that's the nature of this relationship. On the other hand, Mercedes is allowed to be bi. Like, you can marry Edelgard as a woman in this game, I'm pretty sure. We have some canon gay characters in this game. Something something sisters, something something gay nuns. Yeah. So on one hand, sometimes sibling labels are a cover for a queer relationship. And sometimes it's not a queer relationship and they just see each other as siblings. So I don't know where to put this one. I'm like, and they saw each other as siblings. And I'm like, did they really? Or was it romantic? I'm not sure. The vibe I get is that it is more siblingy. Based on, like, the energy of the way that they interact with each other. They feel, like, sibling affectionate towards each other. But it's hard to say. History will say they were roommates. Yeah, there is a bit of that. Also, as stated, Mercedes isn't with the church. And I don't know how much Mercedes cares about her imperial lineage. To be honest. I think it's imperial. It's her house. I don't know how much she really cares. I think she cares about the church more. So that feels like a weird ending for her. It feels like a weird ending for her. It's great for Constance. But it feels like a weird ending for Mercedes. It definitely feels like they wrote this ending later. So I think... Can Ferd and Mercedes A support? They can. They get married in secret. But then they go on and she's just his housewife. That's why they're in the one-sided. They can. She is the only blue lion that he can bond with. So right now she has the highest support with him because that's all I can do with him in my Blue Lions plus Ferdinand run. I think that's how I'll shake it out though. Which keeps her with Ash. Cool. So I will grab Ash here. You can be with Mercedes. We bring you guys down here. But that's our mercy plans. Next is Annette. Come here, Annie. I gotta try not to get confused with my the way that this is set up. This is so fiddly. Annette's solo ending is that she goes on to be a teacher and produces lots of, like, really great students, basically. So to me, thinking about their solo ending is kind of like the ultimate dream. So for me, endings where she doesn't become a teacher really have a lot to make up for, because it seems like that's, like, core to her, is that she'd want to become a teacher. So we talked about her with Dimitri. We talked about her with most people, honestly. The only one we didn't talk about. And so far, Annie has not made the list. So we're probably gonna have to shake out everything again just to figure out where the hell she lands. Poor Annie. With Dimitri, he becomes king, and she advises him. And that's kind of it. Which, is a little one-sided, I think. With Dedue, my Dedue sticker is already taken. I'll pull it out of his. With Dedue, yeah, her ending with Dedue was decent. I can't remember if we said happily mostly after, or I can live with that. Both of their dreams are fulfilled, and they have a quiet marriage. Billy, I'm at the restaurant and I'm still streaming. I'm crying. I will stream for another, like, 40 minutes. I hope you have a good dinner. I'm not sure if I can live with that or happily mostly after. It's decent. It works. They have a quiet marriage. All right. Felix felt kind of one-sided. Felix, I wasn't getting enough. Her songs became famous, and that was kind of it. He gets to do all of his birthright stuff, and her songs become famous. Okay. Also kind of the same thing with Ash. He gets to do all of his birthright, and she writes about him and supports him. Annie was done dirty, is what I'm hearing. Annie wasn't served. As we said, her ending with Mercy. How did this happen? Hold on. Did I pull someone out of here? Who did we put with Mercedes? Oh, Ash. Did I steal Ash by accident? Whoops. I think I did. Oh, because Ash is down here in a placeholder. That's why. Well, I don't think I need him because he's in here with one-sided. I'll leave that. I will take Mercy, though. Her ending with Mercy, like we said, was pretty good. It wasn't quite enough, but it was pretty gay. It was pretty gay. The only one we didn't talk about was Gilbert. Basically the ending between her and Gilbert is that, and it's platonic obviously, the ending is that he goes back to the life he had before, and everybody makes up, and they all live happily ever after, and she gets to have her family back together. Which, like, I mean, good for them. Good for all of them. But good for all of them, but like, does he deserve it? I don't know if it was clear as to whether or not she'd be given teacher. Let me see. She does. She does go get to be a teacher. So she does get to fulfill her dreams. For a platonic relation, it's all right. Yeah, like, they both live happily ever after, and he starts taking steps to fix the damage that he caused. It's kind of too late, in my opinion, but I mean, he tries. He does not. He does not deserve it. So this is kind of where I put them. And that's everybody, I think. Yeah, just remember, like, Ash is right around here, I think. Or, no, he's one-sided. Ash is down here. Placeholder. This is Ash. Which does mean that her ending with Mercedes is her best ending out of our options here. If we put her with Mercedes, then Ash will be lonely. But I could marry Ash. Things to think about. If I marry Ash, we go on to help orphans. No note of knighthood or running Gaspard in my notes, at least. Ash solo ending is also valid. This is true. It's a little sad. I think my original run, I paired him with Petra, actually. I guess the other question is Annette solo ending? Do we like Annette solo ending or Ash's solo ending more? I think what I'm gonna do is put Mercedes in Annette's block as the best option. And bring her down. And we'll see how the Byleth option shakes out. I can't marry Annette, unfortunately. But That is a spanner in the works, isn't it? Tricky, tricky. Next is Ingrid. Ingrid, I don't think made anybody's top list either, which is unfortunate. We could always put Ingrid with Ash. That's also an option. And they can just maybe not get married. There is that choice. If we give Annie and Mercedes each other, then we can have Ash and Ingrid. That's a choice. That's an option. Ingrid's solo is that she gets to be a knight and never marries, very specifically. Never marries. So in that sense, maybe not getting married is her dream. I don't know. She becomes a big famous knight and never gets married. Her ending with Dimitri is pretty good. As stated, she becomes a knight and queen, and she's like a battle queen, which is great. Good for her. It's lacking in romance, but Ingrid often is. I have her with Dedue. Did we talk about her with Dedue when we talked about Dedue? Oh, we didn't. Oh, interesting. I was missing her in my to-do list. To-do list. That sounds funny. Her ending with Dedue is that he becomes Dimitri's right-hand man. She becomes a knight. They're also... it doesn't say anything about marriage. It doesn't even hint. Her ending with Ash, like, hints. It talks about how, like, there's dispute over whether or not they got married. Her ending with Dedue says nothing about marriage. It just says that they're battle partners. They both fulfill their dreams and they're battle partners. I kind of want to put that there. I can live with that. It's not one-sided. It's lacking in romance. And this is a ship stream, darn it. The game tries to give her a redemption arc for the way that she treats Dedue, but I don't think it does enough. So I don't really like to pair her with Dedue because I think she owes him a lot more than I think the game lets her get away with things. And she has more groveling to do, I think. That is a glaring flaw in Ingrid. As much as I love her, that is a serious problem. We know how I feel about her ending with Felix. We don't need to go into that. Makes me angry. Then we have, again, her and Ash, who we were considering giving to Mercedes or me. I think we put that here. It doesn't say, it's debated in history whether or not they got married, but they were knights together, which is their dream. Her ending with Sylvain, who's occupied down here, here he is, was one-sided. She also, I forgot, she can pair with Yuri. And that one's interesting. That one is interesting. As you might expect, her and Yuri. She can pair with Yuri, despite, I think they only have B supports. If I remember, I think they only go up to B. But she doesn't pair to ending with him. He kind of disappears off the face of the earth. Not surprising. Sounds on par for him. There's not a lot of clarity in the history, supposedly, about what he does, but it's thought that he helps out an orphanage, and eventually she gets to be a knight, but eventually they're reunited after she retires, basically. It's like, yeah, I can live with that. It's interesting. I feel like because they only have B supports, we don't get enough of them for me to feel enthralled romantically with him. So looking at this, poor Ingrid doesn't have the most romantic of gestures. I don't know if possibly they're on another route. I know people were talking about like her path with Dorothea, things like that. I don't know if she has a paired ending with Dorothea, but like obviously her paralogue involves Dorothea. She does have a lot of sapphic energy, Ingrid. So it doesn't surprise me that we don't have very much Ingrid with Dorothea. It does surprise me that we don't have much in Wedding Bells. It's a little sad. Ingrid's also not the most like romance-focused person though, so that kind of makes sense. Closed sapphic energy. Closeted sapphic energy. I see. Yeah, I think Ingrid doesn't think about romance is kind of the thing. Not in a off-paper kind of way. And like Chris said, like she already lost her love. So she kind of just closed herself off to it. But I could see her with Ash. I feel like we had Dimitri and Dedue. I feel like I like Dimitri and Dedue together more than I like Dimitri and Ingrid together. But I think I like, funnily enough, I do think I like Ash and Ingrid together more than I like Ash and Mercedes together. And I like Mercedes and Annette together more than I like Ash and Mercedes together. So I could live with this of if we put Ingrid, where's Annie? If we put Annie down here with Mercedes, and we put Ash with Ingrid. Oh, where are you? There you are. I think I could live with this. This feels like it's shaking out right. Reset the board. Is that everybody? I think so. Which brings us to Ferdinand. My boy Ferdinand. I mostly had Yuri here in case we wanted him with Ingrid. Though he of course can pair with any of the basement kids. It's a question of, do I have enough time in game to get their supports up that high? Or should I just marry Yuri? Maybe I should just marry Yuri. But let's see Ferdinand. Ferdinand, my boy. You know, I wasn't sure that this stream was gonna fill the full time, but it looks like we will. I could just talk about ships all day, I guess. It's Ferdinand von Eyre time. Alright. Ferdy, my boy. I think I got this right. Gotta like make sure I haven't scrambled things. I think it's right though. Yeah. We must Ferdinand von conspire around his love life. Yes. So, Ferdinand solo, specifically on the Azure Moon route, because remember, we took him off of his canon route, or his core route, if you will. He's not on Black Eagles anymore. We're not doing Crimson Flower. So, his Azure Moon route, he still gets to be Duke, and do a whole bunch of important reforms in government. That's kind of his core thing. He does that in a lot of his ends. In his pair with Byleth, he does that, and Byleth goes and, you know, takes over too, and like gets her happy ending and whatever. He is known to have reformed his territory and such, and then it's said that he helped Byleth, but the history as to how and why and what he did is lost. Which, like, I mean, like, they both get to do the reforms they want, but why would you do that? Why would you do me dirty like that? Why would you be like, and nobody remembers his contributions? Nobody remembers his contributions, actually. Vagueness maximized, yeah. Like, his contributions to the world are forgotten, except for the ones within Imperial territory. That sucks. That kind of sucks. I almost want to call it one-sided, but like what he does in Imperial territory is remembered, but the way that he helps Byleth is forgotten. Weird take. Not sure why that is. We said Mercedes is one-sided. The only other option, based on the characters that we have, is that he can get with Constance, which does make sense. And what happens there is that he reforms territories. He also helps her get territory. And they have lots of kids who then help carry on her legacy. So they both get everything they wanted. I feel like it's boring, but they do see all of their dreams actualized. So there's that. And because we're not doing his usual route, that is all the options I have for him. So he can go solo and become Duke and reform and help govern the world, or he can marry Constance and become Duke and reform and help fix the world and also help her achieve her dreams. That feels like kind of a net win, so I guess he gets Constance. I guess that's where you're going, Ferdy. Here you are. Congrats. Honestly, like the way that they are, he lives, but at what cost and price? The way that they are about nobility, I could see them working. I do not want to attend their tea party. I think it would be the most mentally exhausting. But I think they would have so much fun. They would just go on and on and on and on and on about nobility, back and forth, all day long. And they both are people who would love debate. They would just talk about governmental policy and the duties of nobility, and they would just never shut up. So I can live with that. Yuri, my boy. My love. I might just marry him, honestly. That might be how this shakes out. Let's see. Yuri, where are you? Here you are. Alright. If you don't marry him off to anyone, if he's alone, basically his underground network expands and thrives and helps poor people and all the disadvantaged people, just like he always wanted. It's a good ending for him. It makes sense. It sounds like what Yuri would do. If you marry him, he does that officially. You now have the governmental power to do that in an official capacity, and he makes lots of policy proposals to do that and improve the world systematically. You also pass down those values to your kids, and you guys write love letters together. So, like, happily ever after. I mean, I want to say wedding bells because I want to marry him. I love him. But he gets enough power to help all the people he wanted to help. Oh, hi, Alejandro, as he's everywhere. Yeah. He gets enough governmental power to help the world, and, you know, you get to achieve your ultimate goal. Byleth gets everything Byleth wants. Byleth always does. They're the protagonists. They get a happy ending. But he gets the official capacity to achieve everything he wants. The real question is Byleth X Yuri or Byleth X Selene? See, Felix doesn't have alternatives. So he might just be sticking with Sylvain. He might just be sticking there. We talked about where is she? Here she is. We talked about Yuri and Ingrid. I can't remember if it was Happily Mostly After or I Can Live With That. Their ultimate ending is that he kind of disappears, but rumors suggest that he goes on helping people the way that he wants from the shadows. She gets to be a knight, and eventually they retire together. Which is like, yeah, I can live with that. It's not the most romantic. But it's reasonable and it sounds like them. Balthus. His paired end with Balthus implies that they part ways for a long time and then randomly bump into each other again. And Yuri saves his ass. And then they work together for the rest of their lives. No marriage or anything stated. That's not surprising, but he saves him and he's indebted to him, and they work together and they make a name for themselves as co-workers continuing to lead Yuri's goals. Which, like, again, it's alright. It feels like how we already are here. Like, it doesn't feel very different. It doesn't feel like the status quo changes from where they're already at. They just keep doing that. But apparently they spend some time apart first and then randomly bump into each other again. It's like, okay. It's okay. Constance achieves her dreams. And Yuri is kind of like the stray cat that she takes in. And it made a point of saying that a lot of other people judge them, but Constance doesn't give a shit. She trusts Yuri enough to know that he's not running around on her as he comes and goes and is a stray cat, and at the end they're together, which, like, okay. I don't want to move her, so I'm gonna use Mercedes to stand in for Constance here. I mean, they both achieve. Honestly, I don't think it says much about him achieving his dreams. He keeps doing what he's doing. She gets her dreams. It's very Constance focused, honestly. And then in the end, they're together. Okay, it's not. Yuri is such a slippery figure that, you know, the way that these paired endings are told are as if, like, we're reflecting on history, right? So, like, he's such a slippery character that we don't get to see a lot of what he does, as it should be. We don't get to see a lot of what he does. I think Yuri is a nice ship. I'm somewhat jealous of what Yuri and Bernadetta. They're cute. We don't get to see a lot of what he does, so it's hard to approve or like pin down any of his endings because, like, he's barely in his own story. Hard to say on that one. The last one is him and Happy. I really like this ship too. Once again, Yuri doesn't star very much in this. They go back to her hometown. She has not seen her family in a very long time, is an important part of her story. So they go see her family, which Yuri doesn't really have family anymore, is part of his story. And basically, they kind of get dragged into... he gets dragged into her family, and the family love them. Is kind of the story, and it's all about how they're just celebrations and everybody loves them, and then they leave again, and when they come back they're married, and everybody's so happy, and there's a lot of emphasis. It's very romantic. There's a lot of emphasis of, like, being under the stars together all the time, which is very sweet. But again, not a word about what Yuri does. Not a word about what Yuri does. I think it sounds more romantic, and the fact that he gets family out of it too does satisfy some of his character desires, I think. So I put it more than one-sided. And I really like them, and I really like the vibes of them, and, like, the Stargazer together, in it together vibes of them, so I want to put it higher than I Can Live With That. But it's missing something. It does feel like it's missing something. It's kind of vague. So I think that's where I want to put it. I do love them together, though. But I think I'm really happy with how a lot of these paired endings shook out, and I'm not sure that I want to take someone, like, if I take Ash, Ingrid will be alone. And if I take Sylvain, Felix will be alone. It's missing me, he's fine. Well, like, if I take some of the other candidates that I considered, I think it throws off the balance of everything that we're looking at. So I do feel like I'd be happiest taking Yuri and then having everybody else pair off like this. Let me, wrong way. No, come here. I want you to get out of the way. So I think that's my breakdown. So then, yeah, Yuri gets me. Congrats, Yuri, you win. You always take a secret option or meet a commoner. I want to marry someone though. Yeah, I'll put Yuri down here with Byleth. I think that's my ending. I'll pull them out of their own blocks so I don't get confused. And let me arrange this in a way that makes more visual sense. We'll put me and Yuri together down here. I want Dimitri near the top because he's our house leader. So we'll start off our list with Dimitri and Didu. This is all gonna be out of order. Can I just like grab it and move it, or do I have to? I think I have to toggle it. I do feel that we've probably landed, with the exception of Ferdinand and Constance, I feel like we've probably ended with a lot of the most common ships. Like, I know Dimitri and Didu is a huge ship, which isn't a bad thing, by the way. Like, them being the most common pairings is not place the pairings next to each other. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. A ship being common is not, it does not mean it's not good at all in any way. I'm gonna move Felix and Sylvain up, I think. But I do think, coincidentally, the characters we've decided have the most chemistry are the characters most of the internet have decided have the most chemistry, which is pretty funny. Perhaps for once the internet was right. I want Ingrid up here. I like to keep the Fargus 4 near each other, I think. And then Ash. And I'll just bring Ferdy down. Yeah. Something like that. So here's what we're gonna gun for. We're gonna aim for these two together. These two together. These two. These two. I don't have Ferdinand down here, but just picture him for a minute. These two. And us two. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. It definitely makes the list smaller visually. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I could rearrange it of just... What should we put in here? I'll just put them all as S tier. What if they were just all S tier? Okay. Put it, I want post skip Dimitri here. Get our Sylvix. Where's newer Felix? Older Felix. Stronger Felix. Something like, I'm gonna rearrange. Oh, come back, disrespectful. Make that an S. Ah! That's not what I wanted. There we go. Oh, I need one more. Hold on. Tragically, I don't have the time skip I actually don't have, talking about it, I don't have time skip Byleth either, now that I think about it. And we'll do... And then I'll just pull some of these up just for visual space. Plop these guys down in here. Yeah. All S ranks and also Felix. No. There we go. Does time skip Byleth even change? I don't have green Byleth, basically. Byleth gets her time skip look early. I love Philaine. Feeling not marrying Sylvain. Her biggest love is insane. I love Yuri though. Yuri won her over. I just think Sylvain has no one else. Felix has no one else. So they really are inseparable. I have married Sylvain previously. I've also married Yuri previously. But yeah, I think this is how it's gonna shake out. Let's hope I remember that. I'll take a screenshot after stream, but there we are. It took the entire stream, but we got there. IDK is fun putting Ingrid and Sylvain together since she makes them shape up. Oh no, I do love them together. Again, this is not wanting that poly, but the game says no, truly. I literally have a picture of the three of them. It's not even meant to be romantic. It's them on the battlefield, but like that's my favorite. That's my favorite picture of them on my wall. But again, yeah, this is not meant to be like the definitive, if you don't ship these, you're wrong, blah, 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 kind of thing. But this is what we're gonna do, I think. Sylvain. In my opinion, just like Constance is my favorite basement kid. Interesting. I love Yuri and Happy the most, I think. I do really like all the basement kids though. They're great. They're great. It's definitely worth the DLC for me. Although those DLC maps are insane. Yeah. I'm happy with this list. I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm happy with this list. That's everything. So we can flip on back over, I think. Let me hit the right button this time. I did it. We got it right this time. I should be able to. Can I move this back to where I want it now? I think so. Yes. It won't interfere with my tier list system here now. Let me pull up the chat. So I can actually see you guys. I have you on screen here, but I like using the pop-out window. It's a little bit better. What a fascinating stream. My birthday is this Saturday, so the next time Squonk will be a year older. Happy birthday! Someone important to me is having a birthday very soon too. It seems to be the season of birthday. We just passed Fire Emblem 3 Houses' birthday also, which it's like 7 now. That was just this past week. I can't believe stream is ending before I finish my Lego set. Oh no! I'm so sorry. What kind of Lego set? Hello, Jacina. We're actually wrapping up. But thank you for stopping in. Good stream. Post the final results. I will. I'll delete the other tiers. I'll narrow it down to just our ships, but I will. A mini schnauzer. Oh, that's cute. That's really cute. I love that. But yeah, I'm glad we got that figured out because now we can watch all those supports. We're gonna have to see. I'm not 100% sure if we're gonna be able to get Ferdinand and Constance, to be honest, just because we haven't really worked on their supports. Hopefully, yes. Hopefully we can, but now we know what we're doing with them, so that should be good. Some schedule things. some schedule things. Now we can marry in peace, truly. Some schedule things. So, elephant in the room, I guess. I didn't post Farzan last week. She'll come out next week. I'm not quite sure I'm gonna be able to do a Thursday stream the week after. It might have to be moved to Friday. I'm gonna have to see my schedule. I got some stuff coming up. But I think what I'm gonna do for better late than never, yeah. I think what I'm gonna do going forward is switch to not doing premieres and not doing that last poll. Has it been decided? I haven't looked at it. I have to figure out what I'm doing in my actual non-streaming life. Catching 7.0 stream is tomorrow. Oh boy. I have to figure out what I'm doing. You mean like the what do you call it? Special program. That's the term. Exciting and terrifying. I have to figure out what I'm doing in my personal life before I can figure out what the August schedule exactly is. So I can't make the schedule yet. It's a tie between who? Who's in the tie? I don't have it pulled up. That's interesting. But I think what I'm going to do is stop doing premieres on the videos, unfortunately, and stop having set dates for when they come out. I'm still going to try for every other week like we've been doing. But I think it's with my work schedule, not to be an adult, with my work schedule, it's too stressful at the moment. So I need to be able to have wiggle room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start releasing videos. Once they're done, I'm going to release them. Let's try 24 hours early for members. How am I meant to ruin my sleep schedule now? The point is to sleep. I'm going to release them early to members. I think I'll start by trying 24 hours. Just because I know that, like, it's frustrating. Oh no, the slur. Job. Sorry. It's frustrating, I know, as a public member, like just a regular subscriber, to see that there's a new video posted and you can't access it because you haven't paid money. But at the same time, I feel like I haven't been doing as much for the mercs as I initially wanted to, and taking away premieres takes away a lot of the, if you don't come to streams, like, you have no purpose in using the emojis really, other than in like a comment. So I think I'll trade out and have mercs get early access to videos going forward. But I'm just gonna do, I think, 24 hours to start, just that way it's not like too harsh, because I don't want to, as much as I love and appreciate you guys so much, you guys have saved my ass. Genuinely, I don't make a lot of revenue, but I make a little, and sometimes it has saved my ass. That's what we're living. I don't mind waiting a day. I think it's fair. Channel members get early access. Thank you for your input. So yeah, you guys, I want to honor the fact that you guys sometimes put food on my table. So 24 hours early isn't nearly as special as entirely exclusive romance ASMRs. Maybe someday we can get the tarot reading part 2. I'm keeping it in the back of my mind. That does sound fun. Glad to hear it's helping. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have no set date, but generally an amount of videos planned for August. And I'll still like announce, like, we'll still do the polls, and those will be the next characters that come out, and I'll still try for 2 or 3 characters a month based on like our usual back and forth schedule. But I just won't have a set premiere date or a set release date. Streams will still have set dates, but our next stream might be on a Friday instead of a Thursday, depending on what I'm doing. All that to say. Hopefully that makes sense. When I do post the schedule, I'll reiterate it. Obviously, there's lots of people who do not watch until the end of the stream, if at all. There's lots of people who do not watch the stream at all. So I'll explain that. My cards refuse to aid me. Oh no! Sometimes, we don't have time for me to go into it, but sometimes it could be that you're asking the wrong form of question. Like if you're asking yes or no questions instead of like how or why or what kind of questions. Sometimes that can be it. Glad we can help. No worries on our end. $2 a month is the cheapest option I've seen yet. I try to keep it. Oh dear, my computer just like locked up for a second. Are we good? Can you hear me? I think we're good. It just like flickered for a second. Open answers tend to be better is what she means. Yes, thank you. Not gonna go into it, but in short, I just feel a block when I try to use them. I'm sorry. I don't have much advice. I hope that clears up for you. We're all for saving and pulling asses out of fires. Yes, thank you. I pay more for a single liter of gas right now. It really is like that. Yeah, I try to keep the costs low because it's mostly for funsies. But I appreciate all of you so much. All right. I think that's everything. And I need to go get Shy Dog from daycare. My daughter is at daycare and she needs me. Give me a PayPal link that gets around the YouTube cut as well. Stay tuned. Not a PayPal link, but stay tuned in the next couple of months. I've got something cooking. Shy Dog! Yes, I have to go rescue her from this scary, scary daycare. She's such a baby. This Lego has beat me. Oh no. Maybe it'll be easier later. All right. I think that's all I have. All of my housekeeping. Patreon's about to be here. No, probably not. But we'll see. You'll see. Hopefully, if I get my shit together. All right. I'm gonna go, I think. I think I've got everything. I think I covered everything. If not, keep your eyes out for the August post. That should be soon. But with that, remember, brush your teeth, do your homework, if anyone has homework right now. Take your chicken out of the fridge, drink your water, take your meds, do that thing that you were supposed to do. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye!